Well, hello everyone, and welcome to our reaction to the games that took place today. We are going to focus on the games between Liverpool, Brentford, Arsenal, Aston Villa. These games were fun to watch. So many things going on, so much drama, so much excitement, amazing performances. Honestly, from the four teams, uh, some some of them had the first half, the others had the second half. Things change. Coaches changes made impact in some of the games. So let's see what really happened today in these two games. I am going to try to share a screen here, and hopefully it is going to work. Let's see. So if we start with the first half of Brentford and Liverpool, the first half was brilliant from both teams, and they did everything except scoring. If you watch the game, it was fantastic. The Unfortunately, Brentford and Liverpool were not were not able to break the defense of each other to score in the first half. But there was a lot of action, and also a lot of saves from both from goalkeepers, great tackles from different players. If we look at the Saboslai, for example, at minute 34, he had a crazy shot at the goalkeeper of Brentford, but that shot hit the post. It was thunderous. That's how I called it there. Thunderous shot by Saboslai, but the goalkeeper was very lucky. As I said, goalkeepers had some saves. Um, Sometimes they were one against one, and the keepers did very well. Van Dijk was excellent today. In addition to Konate in the defense of Liverpool, he was able to stop Mbomo from scoring a clear opportunity today. Also, we had some physical challenges today, and of course, when you have so many physical presence in the game, you see many yellow cards. And actually, I believe we were supposed to see a red card, if I'm not mistaken. A lot of people will agree. People like fans of Liverpool, real honest people will agree that what his name Nunes deserved a yellow card today. But I feel bad for the guy. But honestly, he deserved a red card actually today. But we'll see. So Tsimikas got a yellow card. Saboslai got one, two, and Nunes, I was just saying, he got a yellow card after scoring. Then he made a really bad tackle, which deserved a yellow card. He was very excited, but the referee didn't. What can I say? He he turned a blind eye on that one. Anyway, the bees. Brentford had two yellow cards. Rules Lev and Norgard. The first half ended up 0-0, as I said before. Everything was present in this first half except scores. If we move to the second half again was exciting from both teams. However, the Reds in the second half were able to steal the win at the end of this half. I believe in the last few minutes of this game, they were able to snitch this win against Brentford, who were really good today, very defensively sound, very organized, but knocking so much on their door resulted in what was expected, a win for Liverpool. Even though it was hard today, Liverpool managed to control the ball, and they were able to score. Of course, after the control from Liverpool and the being inefficient, Arne Slot, the Dutch coach, had to find new what can I say, new ideas, and brought in new players. He made a change that actually brought a big change to the game. I don't know. I spelled brought. there. So anyway, Nunez came in the last 10 minutes and he scored in the extra time. The first one was at in the 91 from across from Trent, and also came back to kill the game in the 93rd minute with another strike. So Nunez today was the savior, which has not been the case for him in this season. He has been struggling. This is his today 2 goals added to another goal he scored before. Crazy for a number 9 who has only scored 3 goals so far. So you can, like, for Nunez, you can see that he works so hard. Like, I feel bad for the guy. He works so hard. He tries, but man, he misses so many opportunities. So many. Like, many people say, like, he is not ready, or he's not capable to play in the Premier League. I say, I think he is, because he has opportunities. Like, his positioning is good. He just, the finishing point is his problem. So hopefully today will be a turning point for him, which actually needed by Liverpool, especially after the injury again of the Portuguese international Jota. So hopefully um, Nunes can help when Salah is quiet, and the other players. So again, before Nunes scored and Salah had a really close one, he was able to do his signature kick, but it was really close. It went out close to the right post. He was not lucky in that one. Trent also had an opportunity from outside the box, but again, close. Generally, I think this game was fantastic. Uh, Liverpool played very well. They controlled the game. They had 62% of position. They had so many opportunities. Like, they had 37 shots on target, not on target, sorry, in general. But and their xj was rate was very high. Xg means expected goals. It was 3.73, which is crazy. That's a big number. On the other hand, Brentford only had 1.4 or 40 in xg. So I feel bad for Brentford, because they were working so hard, but again, when you are playing a defensive system with a low block, focusing on counterattacks, if you cannot seize the opportunities, eventually the team who is pressing and pressing and pressing eventually can make it to your dangerous area and score. And that's what happened from Liverpool. They did not give up, and that's what they needed in other games when they were very close to winning so many opportunities. Today they did not give up and kept believing until they scored. So of course, Liverpool used their pressure and ball control, as I just said before. They were fantastic, and they ended up the game winning 2-0 with the help of the what can I say, of the where is he from? Uruguay, I think. Uruguay. Nunez. I can't remember for some reason. Anyway, good for him. Excellent job for Liverpool to keep leading the Premier League. So now let's talk about some coach points from their interview. What they mentioned. Arne Slot, the Dutch coach, said that we got late winner today, and he thinks that was good for him. Like, the performance was fantastic, but he always says the result is the main thing. You can perform very well, but if you are not winning, uh, nobody looks at the performance, because we are, as I'm quoting, we are in a win-lose game, so you have to win to keep going, right? So he said they needed that in previous games too. I mean, what he means here, like by scoring at the end in the extra time or in the late minutes, but they weren't able to do that. But it works for them today in the last few minutes. I meant to say there, or not seconds. Anyway, he said we were close not to get what we deserve today. So he said he worked. What he means here is like they works very hard. They are or deserving to win today, but it was getting dicey at the end, and luckily they were able to win, to score those goals and win. So and of course, if you watch the game and you see the scores, or when Salah missed that opportunity, that went very close. Like you can see, Slot was very, like his reaction showed it all, and also. When Nunez scored, he went crazy. So that explained the reaction in the team, or their bench after scoring. Nunez, he said that Nunez has always had impact. I mean, we always complain that Nunez. This is my opinion. We always, or fans or people who watch games, always complain that he's not scoring. But in fact, if you see him, he works so hard, which is again a something that is expected from him. He worked so hard. He's anyway. The coach said he brings energy and power, and also it said it was nice to have Darwin in this situation today and help them win the game. Thomas Frank, Brentford coach, said that the game, answering the interviewee question, he said the game was cruel today. They played very well against the best team in the world. He said that Liverpool is the best team in the Premier League and also the best team in the world. He added that they defended very well. And as you know, if you give Liverpool some space, which I don't think that what happened exactly today, it was more like more pressure and pressure and pressure, because they were defending very well, but Liverpool's pressure was crazy. Anyway, he said if you give them space, they are dangerous. And he also said that another spelling mistake there. He said that they lacked the final touch, and that he's talking about the opportunities they had, because if if they had decisive players, they could have scored those opportunities. And that's what happens all the time when you work on counter attacks. If you don't have players who can finish the game, you are in danger. And I don't think they could play with any other way. They cannot play open with Liverpool, because Liverpool will hurt them. Those guys are not joking. He also mentioned that Konate and Van Dijk were exceptional today in the Liverpool defense, and he was very pleased with the performance. So, yeah, in my opinion, the game was fantastic. Liverpool and Brentford, both of them worked very hard. At the end of the day, I think it was a fair result for Liverpool. Too bad that Brentford lost, but I guess what can you do? When you play sometimes against big teams, things can can cannot go your way all the time. Things can go hard. Can sometimes when you play against big teams, will be pressuring you and putting so much. As we saw, like they had 37 shots, and that's crazy. And eventually, they were gonna score. If you get lucky, maybe you ended up with a draw or something like that. Anyway, I think this is it for the game between Liverpool and Brentford. Now we will move and talk about the game between Arsenal and Aston Villa. The first half of this game was what can I say? It was amazing from Arsenal's point of view. They were crazy in the first 20 minutes. They pressured Aston Villa, and you know what? A lot of people are gonna complain about Arteta, that he wasn't able to win this game. He wasn't able to find the recipe. But honestly, if you looked at the game, they were so good in the first half, which means he found a recipe that could work. But when you make defensive mistakes, it's really hard to control that, right? Anyway, the Gunners uh, were able to lead in the first half. It was generally the match was not it was even, but what can I say? But Arsenal were able to create more opportunities, and also Aston Villa were not as sharp, so they ended up losing the first half 1-0. And as I said before, Liverpool had so much pressure in the first 20 to 25 minutes. They created chances by Martinelli and Trossard, but Martinez today was amazing. The Argentinian goalkeeper, I believe, he is from Argentina, I believe. He was fantastic, brilliant, and saved those close opportunities for Martinelli and Trossard. I think Martinelli was going to score a really beautiful goal, and sometimes when you do a nice move like that, you make the goalkeeper save even more exciting and more appealing. So good job for Martinelli, good job for Martinez. Both of them, they showed their talent today. Aston Villa also was about to score by Matten. Matten today was amazing in minute 14, but it was saved by Raya, who was well positioned and was able to stop that. But Martin Illy later was able to score in the 35-minute after double attempt save from Martinez. Martinez was like, today I am not letting any goals go in. You can see in his face he was very present, very focused, but he stopped it the first time, but the second time he tried to stop it, it was too he was what can I say, the ball was already over the line. He pushed it out, but the device or the VAR room or whatever you want to call it, the camera was able to show that the goal was already past the line. So the first half ended up with 1-0 for the home team. If we move to the second half, we find that the first 10 minutes or the 10 minutes after the second half started, Havertz shot his critics by a nice score from a pass from Trossard, who was brilliant today. Trossard today, I think this game today was maybe one of his best games. He was amazing. He worked so hard. He was about to score today, even though I think he was offside at the end of the game. Or actually, he scored. What did he score? No, that was Havertz, I think, who scored, but he was offside. Anyway, um, this time, anyway, 5 minutes after that, Aston Villa scored a nice goal by Telemans, I think that's how you say his name, in the 60th minute from an accurate cross from Dine. It was a really, what can I say? It was really precise cross, and the finish was fantastic. 1 minute after that, again, same player hit the left post of Raya, who gazed at the ball. It was like, oh, what's going on there? He almost scored it. That was so funny to watch. And at the in the 68th minute, it was a beautiful cross from Cash to what was his name? I forgot. My God. um, Sorry, I forgot to write the name there, which I can't even remember the player who scored it. Yeah, let's see the name. He was Ollie Watkins. Yeah, Ollie Watkins, who scored the second goal. That was yeah. Sorry, I forgot to add that one to the list for some reason. Anyway, I said Watkins. Yeah, he scored the second, and the pass was a very beautiful pass from Cash, who scored from to Watkins again, who scored from a header and cashed out. I I tried to work on the name, to use the name of Cash and make something out of it, but I forgot to write the scorer's name. That's so embarrassing, but that's okay. Anyway, I said he cashed out an equalizer for Aston Villa. Very, very nice goal. After that, things got crazy, man. There were so many opportunities from both teams created. Arsenal, that's the one I was talking about before. Arsenal scored the third by Havertz, but Havertz tried to pull Maradona's goal today. Diego Armando Maradona, the Argentinian legend. Many of you guys will know about him, who scored by, I think, using his hand one time. But Havertz forgot that we are in the digital AI um, era, I guess. He pretended that the ball didn't even hit him. He was like, "Oh no, no, what's going?" Oh man, this is the thing. What I really sometimes dislike with these players. There is a VAR, there is camera, things are repeated in the stadiums. You should not be like pretending that it was a goal. That was maybe in the 2000s and maybe in the last 10 years, but now there are cameras everywhere. It is a VAR room, so just be quiet. Don't try to pretend it didn't hit your ball because your hand, because we all saw it. um, After that, Trossard had an opportunity, he missed it, but anyway, he was offside. um, I think for me, today the man of the match of this game was Martinez. The reason for that, he was fantastic, he was present, he was superb today. He Even the goals he scored in him, he was really close to save them. So hats to him, he was fantastic. Aston Villa today, they were defensively brilliant, and also their counterattacks were effective sometimes, and they were able to score those two goals. Their expected goal rate was 1.21. Arsenal, on the other hand, used their pressure, of course, and ball control, and they had 18 shots in general, 66% ball position, and 10 corners. That is crazy. 10 corners for Arsenal. They should have scored at least one from those 10 corners. Their expected goal rate was 1.64, which is crazy. Means they had so many opportunities, but they were not efficient. They were not concentrated. For me, I put a note there saying this is worrying for me, because with all these shots are corners, and still the expected goal rate was really down in comparison to Liverpool, who had over 3%. So that's crazy. Anyway, the final score for this game was 2-2, and I feel bad for Arsenal dropping points, but Aston Villa worked very hard, and they deserve to win something in this game. And I think that was a fair result for this game. The coaches were interviewed, of course, after each game, which can be really annoying. Arteta said we had a great performance. He was very proud of his players, but very disappointed with the result. And he said Aston Villa was unbelievable. I don't know. Sometimes he uses some expressions that are not descriptive of what he was trying to say, maybe because English is his second language. But anyway, he said they had great players. And of course, he was talking about the player who scored. I'm going to go back, and because I can't really remember names because I'm getting old here. I went too far to the other game. Sorry. Yeah. What was the name of the player who scored for? Yeah, Tellmans. Yeah, that's actually what I was talking about in the interview. He mentioned him, and also he said that he was asked about the injuries. He said he doesn't really have accurate news, and he's not sure about who is coming back, and he's so worried about the bench because he doesn't have people to. Sometimes he doesn't have much options like Liverpool today. They had five substitutions, and the substitutes had impact on the game. So, and that's actually he said that here. I just noticed my note there. He said Liverpool managed to change the game after subs, and for them they could not do that. I think he only had 3 subs or something like that. They are really struggling. He was also asked about transfer window, and he did not see it clearly, but this is what he said, that they are really short when you look at the bench, which means they really need help. They have so many injuries, and that's gonna really affect them in the rest of this league if they can't find somebody who can really help them, or more than one actually they need. On the other hand, Emery, he said that they showed their strong mentality today. They stayed focused even though they were down by 2. He said they struggled in some moments, but they never gave up. They believed. He said even after the first half, they believed it was possible for them to come back, and that's what they did. And he said after 2-2, after scoring their goals, their mentality was still the same. They defended very well and also had their opportunities. So hats off to both coaches. I'm sure a lot of people are going to be complaining about Arteta and Arsenal, but what can you do? Sometimes you have those hard moments when you don't have enough players. Liverpool struggled with that last year, and I believe that's why they lost the Premier League last year. This year, Arteta is going through the same thing. And I think another team who has Spurs are also having an issue with that too this year. But again, it is what it is. I guess sometimes you have to push through those. You need to maybe see the academy, or they have somebody who can help. I don't know. It's really hard, but also people sometimes teams need to spend money and try to bring new players. Again, it's all about cost benefits analysis. They see if they bring players and they spend more money, and you already have players that they pay them so much money, it is really hard sometimes to just bring players. Maybe they can look for a loan or something before this window closes. Anyway, let's look at the table and see where everybody is. Liverpool is one with 21 games, one game on hand with 50 points. Arsenal number 2, 22 games, 44 points. Forest have a game tomorrow against Southampton, and they have 41 points. So if they win tomorrow, they will have 44 points, and they will be sharing the second position with Arsenal. Aston Villa, on the other hand, they are 7 with 22 games, 36 points, and Brentford with 22 games, 28 points in the 11th position. Not too bad, I guess, for both teams. Brentford need to focus a little bit more to avoid any surprises at the end of this season. So yeah, what we can learn from this today is Liverpool is heading towards winning the Premier League. The road is not going to be easy again. I'm going to repeat it again. I said it in my last video. It is not going to be easy. All the games are going to be hard. Like even today against Brentford, they struggled because you're going to be facing teams, even though if they are the lower table, they are going to be fighting to stay in the Premier League. If you face teams that are trying to stay into top 4 or top 5, the games are not going to be easy. Like Aston Villa today against Arsenal. Aston Villa was fantastic. They were ready, prepared to go to the last minute. So yeah, the good thing for us is we're going to see exciting games like today. Both games were fantastic. The bad thing, or the bad news for some teams like Arsenal, is the road is getting longer and longer for them. So we hope that they can find a way to figure out their what can I say, a new system to keep winning. On the other hand, Liverpool needs to be more decisive. Salah, I think, didn't score in the last 4 games. He only scored maybe a penalty. Number 7, Lucho, has been very quiet too. So those guys need to pick up their slack, and we'll see what's going to happen. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was my review for the 2 games. I hope that the new form of this was nice. I need to learn to avoid some spelling mistakes, but we are trying. No excuses. I have no subs though, like Arsenal. So I'm going to be making more videos. Hopefully, you guys keep watching. I encourage you to subscribe to my channel. Like if you like my what I do, please like the content so you can support me and help me to go and also help me. What can I say? Build my channel. Anyway, I don't like to talk so much about liking my channel, subscribing to my channel, because unfortunately this is how it works. You need subscribers, you need likes, so your channel can be heard by or seen by many people. Anyway, again, thank you so much again. More to come. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. More games to come. We'll see what's going to happen. Bye bye.